The next one is one of my favorites, Shannon, and that is waiting too long to delegate. I continue to be guilty of this. Nick says that delegation's uncomfortable, and you can do any task in your business better and more efficiently yourself. If anybody else says, yeah, that's me, raise your hand and you're in good company. Yep. But
it does really hold you back, you know. I've constantly made this mistake, and even to this day, I know I do it. And it's like, well, how would I get somebody to do this? And this is there's some nuance here, and how would they understand this? And you're convincing yourself that you're more important than
you're rationalizing. Yeah, you're rationalizing because you don't want many things. You don't want to pay for it. That could be one of the things, but it might not be the driving factor. It's you're rationalizing because you don't want to give up control over whatever that little fiefdom of your business is, right? Yeah. All those things. Nick says one thing that really hit home: as soon as you can't spend your time selling new customers, it is time to hire.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
You become the bottleneck, right?
Yeah. You're the bottleneck.
Your growth. Yeah. And a part of it for me is that I often think, it'll be more complicated if I bring somebody else in. I'm trying to keep this simple.
Yeah,
and this
for a couple of
thing,
weeks it might be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like, we had Gary Von Meer from Tech Defenders on a year or so ago, and he had that 85% rule. As soon as he felt that someone could do the job 85% as good as he could, then he would step aside. So your percentage may vary. Maybe it's 80% or 70. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an interesting way to look at it and to plan to step aside. You should be constantly, I always tell my employees, don't you want to work your way into another job? You'll get bored. So you should be doing the same for yourself, right? Get out of the way and let these people succeed and grow your business.
Yeah, that is a great, Gary had the right way of looking at it. He knew, he knows that he is going to take things that he's doing and hand them to other people. And he gives himself permission. Whether it's true or not is totally irrelevant. You're just playing mind games with yourself, right? He gives himself permission to hand something off to someone where his gut tells him they're not going to do it as well as me. Well, they're not going to do it the same as you. Whether they do it as well or better, like that's all almost immaterial, right? I mean, it's not, but it is. You just need to get over that hump, and that's his way of doing it, is telling himself, if they do it 80% as well, then I can go do more. And now I've got somebody handling that. And it's not perfect, but so what? I get to do more.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 5 is something I think we're also both guilty of: micromanaging. Employees want guidance, right? We talked about that earlier in the show, but they don't need you to pound them with questions all day long. Nick says way too many bosses look over shoulders and distract their best people. Give them clear instructions and get out of the way. Very, very important and a powerful way to slow the growth of your business and to make people unhappy is if you're just up in their grill all the time, double checking, and you got to let people do what they know how to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm actually, this is the one thing, this is probably the first one of these things that I learned, because I don't like to micromanage people. It obviously consumes my time. I was going to say it wastes my time. It also does that, but it certainly consumes my time. It makes me feel impatient. And so now when I hire people, and I say now, I mean, this is probably for the last 10 years, I've told people this: look, I have a terrible habit of micromanaging and I hate it. So if you or me, if either one of us finds me micromanaging you, we're going to say something, we're going to figure out why it's happening, and we're going to solve the problem, because neither one of us wants that. And I give them permission to call me out on it. In fact, more than permission, it is in the job description. You will tell me if you think I'm micromanaging you, because that's a problem. And it's probably a symptom of a different problem, but let's acknowledge it for what it is, and then let's go dig in and fix it so that we can both move on with our jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, talking about it is really a good thing, and also talking about it with your other employees too. Mm-hmm. So you could say, hey, if you see me micromanaging to a point where it's detrimental to what we're trying to get done here.
Yeah, exactly.
Please call me out on it. You know, and just bringing it up is that way, because I think it's a symptom as well. If you, as the business owner, if you don't think things are going the right way, well, rather than try to micromanage people and, you know, square pegs into a round hole or whatever, you have that discussion. It's like, well, hey guys, I'm feeling the need to micromanage. Let's figure out why. So I don't, you know, so we can not do that. I think it's important.
Yep. No, it's key. It's key.